We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey. There's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. And we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Kidsweek, where we're learning about how Jesus' power pulls us through. Today, we're going to learn about how Jesus' power helps us live forever. Today, I found out that our friend Cam and his train were able to make it up and over the mountain and make all their deliveries. And that's great, but we probably won't see him for a little while because he'll be gone and he probably won't be back in. Oh! Cam!
I'm here. Oh, I made it.
Oh, Cam, what happened? I didn't know that traveling on a train was this tiring.
Well, everything was going great. We made it up and over the mountain, and we delivered all the M&Ms.
Yay.
People were so happy.
Woohoo!
And then I was in such a good mood on the way back. I thought, I know, let's try and get home even faster.
Aw, did you miss us?
Of course. And so I thought, well, how are we going to do this? Well, if we want the train to go faster, we're going to need to heat the engine up. So we're going to need more steam in the engine. So we're going to need more coal in the furnace.
Right, okay.
So then I started shoveling coal in the furnace, and it started to go faster. And I thought, well, I'll put some more coal in the furnace. And I shoveled some more, and I shoveled some more, and it started to go faster. And then you know what I thought?
What?
If I put more coal in, it'll go even faster. So I shoveled more coal in, and more coal in, and more coal in, and you know what happened?
You got here super fast?
We ran out of coal.
Oh, that's frustrating.
Yeah, so the train ran out of coal a few miles back, and the rest of the crew stayed with the train, and I hiked all the way up here to try and come and get some help.
Oh, I see. Well, you know, Cam, endings are a part of life. Coal runs out, trains stop, parties end, people graduate from school, grown-ups retire. Ending is just a part of life.
Wow. Not the most inspiring thing you've ever told me.
Well, actually, today, my friends and I are learning about how Jesus' power lets you live forever. Thanks to Jesus, life can continue on forever. It'll never end or run out.
Wow! That is the most inspiring thing you've ever told me.
Yes, I just needed to end my story.
I've never known anyone that's lived forever.
Well, it sounds like you need to learn more about Jesus. Why don't you come on back after you help the train and, my friends and I, we can tell you more about Jesus. He is our forever friend.
Well, let me go find a train that can help my friends, and then I'll come back, and when I do, I want to hear everything.
All right, well, I'll be waiting forever.
All right, sounds good. Bye, everyone.
Good luck, Cam. Well, everyone, I hope you have a great rest of your day learning how Jesus' power lets us live forever. Trust Jesus. We'll see you back here later. Bye.
Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Would you do service for Jesus, your King? There's power in the blood, power in the blood. Would you live daily His praises to sing? There's wonderful power in the blood. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb. Oh, there is power, power, wonder-working power in the blood of the Lamb. There is power, wonder-working power in the precious blood of the Lamb.
Good morning, kids. We are now on to day 4 of Kidsweek at Park Street Church. Hi, kids. Welcome back to Bible Adventures. That's right. We are here in Bible Adventures where what do we do? Now, Kyle, we reviewed this time. What do? We listen and learn about a story from where? The Bible. Oh, good. Kyle got it right on the first time. Let's see if we can help him get it right one more time tomorrow, right? Yes, kids, our story is once again from the Bible. And our stories in the Bible, true or made up? They are true. Kyle is correct once again, right, kids? Because even though Bible stories happened a long time ago, they are still true. So today's story from the Bible is really a very special story. It is a little bit of a sad story. Uh-oh, I don't know how I feel about sad stories. I understand, Kyle. Don't worry, we're going to get through it together, okay? Oh, okay. So today, kids... Are you sure? I am sure, absolutely. Okay. Today, we're going to celebrate that Jesus' power lets us live forever in heaven. Wow, trust Jesus. Absolutely. So heaven is where God lives, and it is incredible. Kids, what's your favorite place in the whole world? What's your favorite place, Kyle? Oh, wow. I have a lot of favorite places. Do you really? Yeah. Well, why don't you share some with the kids? Well, I really love Iceland. Iceland is beautiful. That's true. Kyle and I did go to Iceland, and it was really great there, wasn't it? It was an amazing, beautiful place. Yeah. And, Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire? Oh, yeah. A lot of the kids from Park Street have probably been to camps up on Lake Winnipesaukee or visited family or friends up there. That's another beautiful place to look at the glory of God's creation. Another place that I love. Yes, Kyle? Disney World. I'm not surprised. I also like Disney World. But guess what, kids? Iceland and Lake Winnipesaukee and Disney World and all kinds of places all over the earth can be pretty amazing and pretty cool. But heaven is better than all those places times a flibbity bazillion gajillion. That's a lot. It is a lot. That's a bold claim, lady. I know, but it's true. The streets are made of gold. And best of all, better than anything you see there, God lives there. And he wants his friends to live there with him forever. But there's some problems. And we are going to talk about what happens because of those problems. We're going to take a look at our story right now in 2 parts today and talk about that. Judas went to the leaders. He asked, "How much will you pay me if I help you capture Jesus?" They said, 30 pieces of silver, which wasn't very much. So Judas took the money and made a plan. Jesus had gone to his favorite garden to pray. The disciples went along. Jesus prayed, "Father, if it is your will, I am ready to give my life so that all the people who trust in me will be saved from their sins." Soon, Judas arrived with some soldiers. Peter wanted to protect Jesus, but Jesus said, "No, I must allow this to happen." All the disciples ran away, and the soldiers arrested Jesus. They took Jesus to the leaders. The leaders said, "You say that you are the Son of God. We do not believe you." The soldiers took charge of Jesus. They made him carry a big wooden cross. They took him to a place called the Skull, Golgotha. And there they nailed Jesus to the cross, and Jesus died on the cross. Everyone who loved Jesus was very sad, but they forgot something important. Jesus had said he would see them again soon. So we were talking about heaven at the beginning and how God wants his friends to live with him there forever.
That sounds great.
I agree, it does sound great. But we have a problem.
We do?
We do. When we disobey our mom or dad, sometimes they punish us for our wrong choices, right?
I've heard about that.
They might give us a timeout or take something away. Has that happened to any of you guys at home ever? Yeah, thumbs up if that's happened to you. Well, when people make wrong choices and disobey God, those wrong choices stick to your heart.
Really?
Heaven is so perfect and special that people with wrong choices stuck to their hearts can't come in. It's kind of like a timeout from heaven. Kyle,
Yes.
I'm a pretty good person.
Well, I think so.
Thank you. And you're a pretty good walrus.
Well, thanks.
I mean, have you ever stolen a car or anything?
What would I do with a car?
Fair enough. But, have you ever done anything really terrible like that?
Well, no, I'm a nice walrus.
Yeah. I mean, I try to be a nice person, but I have to tell you something, Kyle.
What's that?
I've made some wrong choices and disobeyed God. For example, I've told lies before.
Oh dear. Well, now that you mention it, I've told lies too.
Yeah. So we're going to use some little stickers to help give a visual here. So yeah, I think we've all told some lies.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I've been pretty selfish about my things, about my money, and about my time. I haven't shared very well.
Oh, well, now that you mention it, yeah, I'm not such a good sharer sometimes.
Yeah, me neither. I've disobeyed some people that I was supposed to obey, including my parents.
Oh dear. This is sounding serious.
Well, it's okay, Kyle, in that we've all disobeyed. It's not okay to disobey, but, it's happened to everybody. Grown-ups, kids, everyone. All of us have made wrong choices.
All of us?
All of us.
Like all the kids watching? All the parents watching?
All of us.
Wow.
And those wrong choices stick to our hearts like these stickers. And those wrong choices can keep us out of heaven.
Phew, yuck.
There was only one person in all of the world's history who never had any wrong choices in his heart, and that was Jesus.
Oh, right.
Jesus never ever did anything wrong. He was perfect. But some leaders didn't believe that. They didn't think he was a good man.
What did they think he was?
They thought he was a liar. They didn't want anyone to believe in him or follow him. And so they decided to get rid of him. Now, when the leaders came to get Jesus, all his friends ran away.
Bye-bye.
Yep, about like that.
Yuck.
Jesus' friends weren't bold that day. Thumbs down. They were afraid they'd get in trouble for being friends with Jesus. So they kind of decided to pretend they weren't friends with Jesus, but some of them followed him secretly to see what would happen. So they snuck over to see what was happening. The leaders took Jesus to a judge named Pilate, who told the soldiers to kill Jesus. Jesus didn't stop them.
But wait a minute.
Yes, Kyle.
Excuse me, please. Jesus had the power to heal sick people and make blind people see and make the wind stop. I mean, come on. Jesus could have stopped those soldiers.
You are right. Jesus had the power to stop them, but he didn't stop them. He let them hurt him.
Oh dear, I really don't like where this story is going.
The soldiers took Jesus to the top of a hill, and they took a nail and hammered it through his hand into a big piece of wood, and did that for his other hand and both of his feet, and lifted him up so he was hanging by the nails. And he hung on the cross for a long time and said, "It is finished." And then he died. His friends were so sad. Make your saddest face here. Some of Jesus's friends took his body. They took a long, clean cloth and kindly wrapped his body in it. And then they put him in a tomb. And they put a big stone in front to close it. And after that, they went home.
I don't like this story.
I know, Kyle. It was very sad. They felt so powerless and confused. Jesus hadn't done anything wrong, actually, ever, and certainly not the things he was accused of. But he was punished. It was so confusing, and it didn't seem fair.
I really don't like where this has gone.
The good news, Kyle, is although this part of the story is sad, this is not the end of the story at all.
Really?
Really, I promise. Let's take a look back at the Bible again, okay?
Okay, I'm slightly encouraged.
All right, kids, back to the Bible, and then we'll talk some more. After Jesus died, like we said, some of his friends laid his body in a big tomb. They sealed it shut with a large round stone. Soldiers guarded the tomb. 3 days later, the earth shook. An angel of the Lord came down from heaven and pushed the stone away from the tomb. And then the angel sat on the stone. No big shakes, just sitting there. When the soldiers saw the angel, they fell to the ground. Mary was walking to the tomb with some of her friends. They saw the angel who said, "Do not be afraid. Jesus is not here. He has risen." What? Go and tell Peter and the other disciples that Jesus is alive. And on their way, the women saw Jesus. They fell to their knees and worshiped him. Jesus smiled and said, "Go tell the others that I will see them in Galilee." So Mary ran to tell the disciples. Wow. So Kyle, this is really something, huh?
Well, yes. The story seems to be turning around a bit.
You're right. So after 3 days, like we just said, Jesus' friends went back to the tomb. It was open. The cloth that was there didn't have Jesus' body in it, and Jesus wasn't in the tomb. And Mary came up and said, "Hey, everybody. Oh, by the way, yes, sunny day. Yes, need some more water. Also, Jesus is alive." Surprised faces again, kids. But then they remembered what Jesus had told them. Jesus said he'd be punished for our wrong choices. All of our wrong choices. Jesus himself hadn't done anything wrong. He didn't need to be punished for his own choices. He could be with God in heaven. Jesus loves us so much that he's let the soldiers punish him for all the wrong choices that I've made and Kyle's made and you've made and that everyone has made. And Jesus let the soldiers punish him for all the wrong choices you've made too. So here's the amazing thing. Look at that. Do you see where we have our stickers?
Yeah, they're on the cross.
That's right. So the stickers represent our sins and those wrong things we were doing. But now, are the stickers on our shirts anymore?
Well, they're not on yours.
They're not on yours either. And that's what's so amazing. Our wrong choices are stuck to the cross instead of our hearts, because Jesus was punished for our wrong choices, and that punishment is taken care of on the cross.
Wow, this is quite the story.
I know, right? Because those wrong choices are stuck on the cross and not on our hearts, we can be friends with Jesus and go to heaven to be with him forever.
Wow!
Jesus' power lets us live forever.
Trust Jesus.
It's the best news. So I know this story was a little sad in the middle, kids, but remember, the sad part is not the end part, and that's so important because Jesus' power lets us live forever.
Trust Jesus.
Let's pretend we're in heaven right now and start celebrating. Let's get a little bit of dancing going. Yeah, let's dance it up. Woo, woo!
Woo, woo! Woo, woo!
We can celebrate because of Jesus' power that lets us live forever.
Trust Jesus.
So kids, you keep celebrating at home. This was our 4th Bible story of the week. We've got one more Bible story tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you for the last story of our time together this week. All right, everyone. Bye-bye today. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown.
Welcome back to Construction Junction, friends. Today we're talking about how Jesus' power lets us live forever. And today you're going to have the chance to build your very own kite. So you're going to want to go into your box and get out the following supplies. You're going to need a piece of cardstock. Mine's yellow, but yours might be a different color. You're going to need a bamboo skewer, some string or yarn, this nice decorative ribbon, and again, mine is black and white, but yours might be blue and white or yellow and white. You're also going to need a pencil, some tape, and then if you want to decorate your kite at the end, you can use markers and stickers for that. The first thing that you're going to want to do is fold your cardstock over. So we're going to take the short end over to touch the short end, like this. And you're going to want to crease it well. Then you're going to grab your pencil, and this is probably the trickiest part of the whole production. You're going to want to make a little mark about 1 inch in from your fold on one end, and then on the end closest to you, you're going to come over from the other side, the open end, and make a mark about 1 inch in there. And then you're just going to want to kind of draw a little line to connect those two dots. It doesn't have to be a perfect line. This is just to guide us in our folding. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to fold along that line that we just made. So it's about, you're almost making a triangle. It's not really a triangle, but it's almost a triangle. And it'll look like this. So again, we came in 1 inch from that corner and 1 inch from that corner. And then when you fold it over, it looks like this. Now you're going to actually flip it over all the way like that. And you're going to fold this corner, the one that's furthest away from you, over so that you're matching that same line. You're going to want that corner to touch this corner, and that you're folding along that same diagonal line that we had from before. Okay, now you can kind of lay it back flat again, and you're going to take some tape and just tape down all the way along that folded line. Okay, great. Now you're going to kind of want to flip it over and straighten it up so that the rudder or the fin of your kite is kind of standing straight up in the air. And now we're going to take our wooden skewer, and you're going to want to actually poke a hole in the middle of the kite. And so you're going to come along this edge that's standing straight up in the air, and you're going to come about 1/3 of the way, so just about this far up back towards you, and maybe ask a parent for help with this if it's not really easy to do. You're just going to want to poke a little hole using your wooden skewer, and it has to go through both parts of the cardstock, so it's kind of tricky to do. And then you can take your wooden skewer back out, and we're going to actually fold it back so that you can see the tape. And this is going to be kind of cool how this works out. You're going to lay your wooden skewer down so that it connects these two diagonal sides, and then we're going to tape it down. And I'm going to actually tape it so that it stays on really securely. So I'm going to probably use 3 pieces of tape. Okay, and now you're going to flip it back over again, Make sure that it's standing straight as tall as it can up in the air. We're going to take our string or yarn and we're going to feed it through that little hole that you made with the skewer. And this might be kind of tricky to do if your yarn is thick or if it got a little bit separated. There we go. You're just going to feed a little bit of it through and go ahead and tie a knot to secure it onto the kite, just like that. And most of your string is going to hang off of it, right? Okay, now we're going to flip it over again. I know this craft has a lot of flipping back and forth, but I know you guys can hang with it. And then we're going to take this this is sort of like a decorative ribbon, and if you think about it, it kind of looks a little bit railroady, right? Like railroad tracks. And we're just going to tape that to the bottom here, once across like that. Now at this step, if you want to go ahead and decorate your kite, this is the time that you're going to want to do that. You're going to want to put stickers or use your stamper or markers. You can write your name or you can decorate it with whatever you'd like to decorate it with. And again, today we're just really learning about how Jesus' power helps us to live forever. And so as you think about your kite, sending it out into the sky and see how far it can go. Can it go forever? Here we go. Ready? That one didn't go forever, but we know that with Jesus' power, we can live forever. Have a great day.
I'm Isaac and I'm 11 years old. At home I like to, well, a lot of times I play video games. I have two brothers. One's older than me. He's into acting and singing. My younger brother Elijah, he's 7. My sister's name is Zoe, but she, like a normal 4-year-old toddler, will make messes all the time, paint on the walls.
Isaac also dances.
I started dancing, I think like 2 years ago. My favorite kind of dance is contemporary or lyrical. It's sort of like ballet, but it's a little more free. I always felt like when I was dancing, I wasn't really stressed about anything or worried. Sort of forget about anything else that is bothering you.
Isaac had another brother named Joel.
Joel was 2 years younger than I am. He was always really happy and joyful. When he was 1, he was diagnosed with brain cancer.
Cancer is a disease that most kids do not have or get.
He had to do some crazy thing to get rid of it, and it was gone for a year. But then it came back and they said he only had a few months to live, but then he lived 5 more years.
Sadly, Isaac's little brother Joel died.
One of the things I remember a lot about him is he always had that like little giggle. He always loved knocking cup towers down. So he'd make one that was like maybe double the size of him, and he'd run into it and it would come down and he'd laugh so hard. A lot of times we'd take him to this farm. It was like a petting zoo in some places, and you could feed the animals. I have this one memory of Joel. He was feeding the goats, so we give him the bag to reach in and give to the goats, but then he just gives the bag to the goats, and the goat devours the whole thing. Joel always loved animals. One time he got to ride a pony and he was so happy. He loved it.
Isaac misses his brother Joel. Joel loved Jesus and believed in him too.
A lot of times I feel sort of like I miss him and pretty sad, but I'm glad that he's in heaven and he can do so many things that I can't even do right now. Dancing always like cheers me up because it makes me think about God and how he's with Joel and he is amazing.
Isaac knows that because of Jesus, he will be able to see his brother again in heaven.
I sort of look forward to hearing his giggle, and I look forward to running up to him and giving him a grand old hug.
In the Bible, the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 11 says, "The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you."
I feel like that verse makes me feel like sort of hopeful that we can share the power of God and the Holy Spirit with the whole world, and that one day we can all know Jesus and God and praise and worship together. Even if we die, we still get to live forever in heaven with God, and Jesus' power is letting you live forever.
Jesus' power lets us live forever.
This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. 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 Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Okay, now let's bring it down. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. Oh, this train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. This train is bound for glory. Jesus made a place in heaven for me. This train is bound for glory. This train. This train. This train.
Hope you had a great day, everybody, learning about how Jesus' power lets us live forever. Trust Jesus. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye.